Well, again, I mean, I think a common theme from this morning has been a lot about people and culture. So I
Yeah.
feel like, the tool set is the easy part again. So, more often than not, we are seeing kind of benign, at least with our clients and so on, like departments, they want to bring down walls, they want to remove the silos within the organization. The CIO and the CMO want to work together. But there's always cases, either legacy technology doesn't let us do what 1, 2, and 3, or there's legal restrictions and privacy information and so on, or sometimes plain old office politics kind of kick in, maybe not at the top level, but as you start working with the people you need day to day. And we found really our greatest success is kind of bringing those key stakeholders in early, really aligning them on like the objectives, show what the value we're trying to achieve, and how they can be part of that winning story, how it can make whether their life easier, or put themselves at ease, that this kind of tool set isn't going to they're not going to cost them their job, things like that. I think it's really it's more of a people problem, I find, than again a technology piece. But I think when you do kind of achieve that, and that culture kind of shows why a data-driven kind of culture brings that efficiency, how they can it translates into the bonuses that they make at the end of the month, and so on, because they're more efficient. People, I think, become actually more proactive in sharing information, be like, hey, heads up, I saw this and this and this, than they were before. So
Great.
yeah, it is for me a cultural problem more than a technology one.
Ms. Ferrari? Same?
Yeah, I think ours is a system one versus process. So we have different departments and technologies that we use to try to bring it all together. And typically the bigger chunks are the sales and the marketing, are two separate ponds that come together in some of the systems, but how we want to extract the data is different depending on who's working with the data. So we have different people involved and try to come to a level of, like we were saying before, what do we want to measure? And you go over here and you get that data for us, and you go over here and you get that data for us, and it comes together with what Hazem said, the key stakeholders coming together and say, this is how we want to measure. So it's not as slam dunk, but we make it work, because I'm working with everybody at salary.com. Hazem's working with various entities, separate companies, trying to bring them together. But in the end of the day, it's disparate, but the decision making about what we want to measure is centralized.